The moment you start changing your life, I'm Brian Withers, empowerment coach, trainer, and author. Remember, no one can change your life except you, because your life is the mirror of your energy, and that's your beliefs and your present moment thought energy. That's where your life is coming out of. That's the projection of the energy that is responsible for your physical life. So others cannot give you a different life. Nobody can change your life. What they can do is they could give you temporary relief, or they could give you education to teach you how to change your life, or they could give you a conditional belief. And so if you believed in something, then that belief energy could change your life, but it would be conditional and subject to change. Anything conditional, of course, is always subject to change. So it's not permanent, like doing it for yourself by changing your energy. So even things like medicine, all that stuff that they do is really for temporary relief. It's not to heal anything, because the healing comes from the alignment of energy, and they don't work on that. They don't understand that yet anyway. So what they do for you, and then if they do something that you believe in, that's that conditional belief thing, right? So medicine is a lot about conditional belief and temporary relief. But what you really want is education, because if you clean up your energy and get yourself back into alignment, your body will heal itself. Okay? So it's the same thing with money or relationships or anything else. Maybe you could get some temporary relief in those things, or you could have a conditional belief. But if you get your energy in alignment, all areas of your life are going to straighten out. They're going to flow in the ways that you want them to flow. So let's look at, what's the moment where you start to change your life, okay? Because there's two things going on, as you probably realize by watching these videos. There's your vibrational life, and then there's your physical life. So we are vibrational beings, we're energy beings, and our thought is energy. And our emotions tell us what energy our thought is, and our beliefs are recorded. A belief is just a thought that was thought so many times, it's just become an automatic thought, and it's broadcasting energy. So that's all a belief really is. And so if it's faulty, then of course it's going to broadcast low vibration energy. That's why we want to change those faulty beliefs, because we want that auto broadcast to be positive. So whatever we are broadcasting to law of attraction, then of course that's the way that our physical life is playing out. And if it's low vibration, in an area of our life there's low vibration, then it's going to be sort of the train wreck version. And if it's high vibration, it's going to be the celebration version. And we get to decide all of that. So how is it that we change our physical life? What's the moment our physical life starts to change? Well, the moment our physical life starts to change really starts with a change in our energy life, right? Our vibrational life. That's what has to happen first, because, as I said, all of this stuff in the physical world is the manifestation of the energy. You can't really change the physical world directly. It's just like a shadow. You got to go to the source, and the source is our thought energy, our belief energy. So as you start to change a thought that doesn't feel good, or a belief, then it's going to start to change your vibration, right? So if you're starting to think more thoughts that feel good about different things in your day and your life, then you're going to be more often in high vibration thought energy, and your trend and your patterns are going to cause a change in your beliefs to beliefs that are in alignment with what you want and who you are. And what we know is that thought energy has momentum. So if you've been, thinking thoughts of the same variety often, then that has momentum. And that's basically what beliefs are, thoughts with momentum. And so as you change your thoughts, it doesn't immediately change the beliefs. First, it's going to slow them down. Remember the freight train's moving. That's like that momentum, negative momentum going. And you want to slow it down, which is as you start to choose good feeling thoughts, you're slowing that momentum down. And then as you continue to do it, it will start to move in the opposite direction. You'll stop that momentum in this direction and you'll get it started in the positive direction. So the moment you start changing your life is the moment you start changing the way you think. And then as you continue to do that, that starts to translate into your physical life. And the 7 stages of change, they tell us what we can expect for the physical to change. So in stage 4, that's where we really have done a lot of work to deconstruct faulty beliefs, repattern our conscious thinking mind, which actually happens in stage 3. That's where all that work happens. And then as you get really good at that and you're doing it, then you're reestablishing new high vibration thought patterns and not continuing it with the low. And then you're changing the beliefs, and then that's going to change the momentum. And then your physical life is going to start to change. So what does that look like in real life? Well, if you have a job and you're going to your job and you're getting up in the morning and you're really not thinking good things about your job and you're feeling like you're stuck in the job, and really a lot of the thoughts around the job are this variety, this low vibration variety. So now we have that momentum going, that negative momentum going. And that's what's going to be manifesting in our physical life. So that job, you're going to stay, even if you leave that job, go to a different country, you can do anything you want to do. It's going to be the same kind of job because that's going to be the same kind of energy. And that's just the way energy works. It's very easy, it's very consistent, and we can rely that that's the way it works. And so we know if we change the energy and we get up in the morning and we start finding things to appreciate about our job, and we start realizing that, not liking our job was contrast, meaning we didn't like it, so that was kind of the automatic asking for the better experience. Our inner being set that up, and that's on the way to us right now. All the details today, we could be receiving them as we're in this new higher vibration thought energy about our job and about ourselves, and really generally in our day. It's really a flow of high vibration energy, not just spot high vibration energy or specific high vibration energy. It's living your daily life high vibration, good feeling thoughts. That's the momentum that really gets things to change. It's the momentum. So as we're doing that, then we're starting to change the belief around the job. And, again, we're feeling that sort of emotional essence of that new experience on the way, kind of like, if you ordered something from Amazon, that, you have that kind of certainty, that kind of anticipation. And, you don't think about it all the time. You go about your life. But if it does come to mind, that's the way you kind of think about it. Nothing specific at all. You don't have to go around all day visualizing it or any of that kind of thing. And then again, while you're in the job, you're focused in a positive way. And then as that momentum starts to change, you've been doing that for a while, that's changing. Every day you do that, there's a slight change in the momentum. So you're changing your life. And then once it turns around, it starts going this way. Now what happens is in the 7 stages, it tells us that we're at stage 4. We're feeling that optimism, we're feeling ease about things on the way to us, working out for us. And then we start to see flow, right? So then things just start flowing in our day. That's the first physical manifestation that we're going to see. And then it's going to move into trending manifestations. And then the full-blown manifestation, we're going to receive that job. So you could apply this to anything in your life, relationships, health, anything at all. It's exactly the same thing. You're going to change the thought energy. You're going to think the good feeling thoughts about current life. You're going to think about the thing on the way that you want. You're going to think good things about yourself, about others, all those things in your day. You're going to process everything in a good feeling way. And as you do, you're going to slow the momentum down that's going on, and then you're going to pick it up on the other side. Now with health, you're doing this, and you're learning about how to even feel the good feeling thoughts when your body doesn't feel well, And what's happening then is that you're getting that negative energy out of the way, and then your body will start to catch up. Because when you clean your energy up about the health and about life matters, now your body can go to work and do all that healing that it knows how to do, get everything back in order, and it will catch up. So there's a period of time where you're going to feel good, and whether it's a job or your health or money or anything else, it's still going to look the same, and then it's going to start to flow different. Then there's just going to be a daily flow thing that just feels different, and then there's going to be trending manifestations that look different, and then it's going to be the full-blown thing. So that's the whole process of it. So the moment you start changing your life is this moment. The moment when you move that kind of thought, that negative feeling thought, to that positive feeling thought, you've started to change, and then you've got to continue to do it. It's the repetition, it's the continuation and the consistency of choosing good feeling thoughts so that there's momentum going. It's the momentum that changes the belief, gets the belief changing to the new belief, and then you get your energy in a new direction. That momentum is in a positive direction, and then the flow and the trending and the full manifestation start to cycle. And so that's the moment you start changing your life. And just a few comments that were in the posts that maybe I'll just stir into this video here. Somebody said, can I make a video about addictions? And I have talked about addictions in many other videos, but just to relate it to this, addiction really happens because we don't know how to find unconditional emotional relief within ourselves. And we are high vibration beings, right? We are high vibration beings, and we don't like low vibration in our beingness. We don't like it. It doesn't feel good to us. It's heavy, and it just doesn't feel comfortable at all. We don't like it. So we're set up to be able to give ourselves emotional relief over anything, but we don't learn it. So what happens is we look for it in other ways, and we find ways, and even though they could be harmful to us or short term or whatever that is, it's not the natural relief that we really want, but it is some relief. So we'll take any relief when we get in that situation, and that's where the addiction comes from. But soon as we get self-alignment and we learn how this all works so that we can find the emotional relief within ourselves, we feel good about ourselves, we feel good about life, no matter what it looks like. We understand how it's all serving us, how the creative process works, bring ourselves into alignment, then we just don't have the urge for those things, those behaviors, those substances. We just don't have it anymore because there's no need for it. See, the need for it was to find the relief, but now we're doing that inside of ourselves. We're finding that nice emotional relief unconditionally inside ourselves, so we don't have that anymore. So that's really the answer to how you deal with addiction. And then the cellular addiction that's residual is, it's just a matter of days that will clean up, but it's going to be a lot easier because there's no emotional addiction going on. You've cleaned that up, and that's the real thing that creates that draw to you to be engaged in that kind of addiction. So that one's gone, and it'll be easier for the other piece to come around, and then you'll be back in alignment. So that's how you start changing your life away from addictions. Somebody said about how do you deal with arguments and disagreements in family? Well, that one's pretty easy because if you don't make anything about right and wrong, then there's no arguments. If we just all let each other and have the perspective that everybody can have their own point of view, then why are we arguing? We just say, well, okay, well, thank you for sharing your point of view. Here's my point of view. And you see, there's no right or wrong, so there's no arguments anymore. You're not trying to be right. You're not trying to have one up on the other person. You're not trying to prove yourself. You see, you get away from that. You just say, well, here's my point of view, right? You don't care if people agree with you or not. You're not looking for agreement. You're just saying, oh, this is the way I see it. You see, so when you approach it like that, now you're changing. See, you got argumentative thoughts. You got, I'm going to be right thoughts. You got I'm going to get one up on you kind of thought. And you change that to something like I just talked about. Okay, now you're going to change your whole belief system around that. And then what's going to happen, your relationships are going to start to reflect that because you're going to get rid of that kind of energy and you're not going to attract that kind of conversation to yourself. You're going to attract the people that are just okay to be having their own view, and you have your own view, and everybody's respectful of each other's view, and nobody's trying to be right, just trying to, or just wanting to express yourself the way you see something. So it's okay to disagree. That's a very natural thing. Very, very natural. Just that when we disagree, we don't have to be disagreeable, right? We don't have to take exception. If somebody doesn't like what we said, they don't agree with it, why would we get upset about that, right? Let everybody be and do and have what they want to have and see it the way they want to see it. You don't need them to see it differently. So there's your solution for that situation, the vibrational solution for that. And then somebody asked me about visualization. Well, visualization is just imagination, really. Imagination is a very powerful thing that we have. We don't use it to get things to manifest. We use it to feel the things that we want, right? We feel our desires. We can use our imagination, and it can be just emotional feeling, right? Just the feeling of joy. Just imagine joy. So it allows us to feel the emotional essence of the things that we want. And then we feel really good about that, and that's a very good use of our imagination. We could do that in our daily life anytime. If a thought came to us, we could take a minute or two and just imagine it and feel it, because that's what we want to do. We want to feel it. We want to use our imagination to feel the things that we want. It's the feeling that's the energy that draws it to us, because when we feel emotionally what we want, now we're a vibrational match to what we want, and that's what allows it. That's part of what allows it to move, flow into our experience. Okay, so that's three items of the recent posts that people asked me to speak about. So that is the vibrational answer to those questions, in addition to the moment that you start changing your life. Okay, so that's a video for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any questions, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.